We're standing here this morning at the home of Charles Spurgeon, who was the prince of preachers, as they say, saved at the age of 15 after hearing a message from Isaiah 45:22. Look unto me and be saved, all the ends of the earth, for I am God and there is none else. And Spurgeon went on to be greatly used of God in a way that very few could ever comprehend. Spurgeon was the founder of the Stockwell Orphanage. He was involved in many various benevolent societies, but more than all of the organizations and books that he wrote, he is known as a great preacher. He began pastoring the new Park Street Chapel at the age of 19, where Benjamin Keach and John Gill had previously pastored. He was a man who was so greatly used that they moved locations to the Surrey Music Hall, where 10,000 people a Sunday would come and hear him. Ultimately, they moved to the Metropolitan Tabernacle, where God used him to preach to thousands every single week. Spurgeon was married to Susannah. No doubt they lived here together with their twin sons, and as Spurgeon and Susannah raised chickens in the backyard of this house, they would use the means from those chickens to support the work of the Lord, as well as the millions of books that were sold and the profits from those books going back into God's work as well. Besides the innumerable number of sermon pamphlets and booklets, he published a hymnal entitled Our Own Hymn Book, with songs written by Watts and Ripon and many other great songwriters of his day. David Livingstone carried with him a copy of a Spurgeon sermon all throughout Africa. On that front of the paper, David Livingstone wrote these words, "Very good," speaking of a message about the sovereignty of God. Imagine encouraging David Livingstone with one of your messages. As Spurgeon was used of God to pastor, he was a man that God blessed immeasurably. One of the great illustrations of that was the fact that every fifth Sunday, they would ask the folks from the Metropolitan Tabernacle to stay away so that guests could come and hear the gospel of Jesus Christ. When he died in 1892, there were 4 memorial services. Over 100,000 people walked by his body, paying their respects. He died in Menton, France, faithful unto death.